Since the protagonist of this film, Joe Gardner, wears a hat like this, I thought that I would also give it a try, review the film whilst wearing this fedora. No, it's going away. What was I thinking? Soul is the latest Disney Pixar film that was released on Disney Plus, directed by Pete Docter and co-directed by Kemp Powers. So the film stars Jamie Foxx, Tina Fey, Angela Bassett, Richard Ayoade, Graham Norton. I didn't know that he was going to be in this film, by surprise. I mean, he marketed it on Twitter, so that's not a spoiler. So the film's about this aspiring jazz musician called Joe Gardner. Right now, he is a middle school band teacher. He's been down in the dumps. All his life, he's been chasing gigs and trying his best to become a musician, but it's not really working out for him until that one day where he lands the gig of his life. But unfortunately, on the same day, he accidentally dies. Joe's soul gets whisked away to the great beyond, but before he goes into the great beyond, he escapes, cheats death, goes down into the great before, where souls get their personality, their sparks, their interests in life. Joe is partnered up with an unborn soul called Soul 22, played by Tina Fey, and she is the only soul who is not interested in life. She does not want to be born on Earth. And the only way that souls get their sparks, their personality, is through mentorship. And Joe is Soul 22's mentor. And the only way that Joe's soul can get back to his body is to mentor 22 and help her find her spark. So this film is essentially two souls that learn from each other, they inspire each other, and they help each other realize what's important in life. God, I thought I wasn't able to explain all of that. But yeah, that's the plot. I had no idea what the plot of Soul was going to be. I remember in the trailers that it was very secretive as to what the plot could be because this film contains so many surprises. But despite me not knowing the plot, I already knew that the film was going to be really good, like fantastic. I felt like this film was going to be 2020's Inside Out. So it looked like it had the same elements as Coco, where you have the protagonist wanting to be a musician despite the repercussions of his family, but then all of a sudden he gets whisked away into a world where he meets another character, they learn from each other, and then he realizes the importance of family. But this film's not focusing on family. This film actually focuses on life and death. It focuses on very existential topics and themes. It's pretty much Pixar's most adult film. This film is most likely catered towards adults because it contains very adult themes. Overall, this film is focusing on Joe. What would happen if he didn't have what he wanted? What would happen if he didn't get to his body on time? What would happen if he didn't perform this gig with Dorothea Williams, played by Angela Bassett, so that he can finally achieve his dreams of becoming a musician and landing the gig of his life? And also 22 finding her spark, finding her purpose, and wanting to live life. But the grand scale of this film, through the world building, through the writing, through the storytelling, the community, everything else combined, it's ultimately a simple story combined with big elements. So this film relies on your care for the protagonist, Joe. Did I care about this character? By God, yes I did. I cannot think of a single character in this film that I did not like. Everyone and their performance as well. Jamie Foxx as Joe Gardner. He has an incredible balance between sincerity and frustration. I feel like Joe Gardner is probably one of the best protagonists in a Pixar film. I supported him, I rooted for him. It was really interesting seeing his life and the community around him and the way that they felt about him. He really affected his community. Also, you have Tina Fey, who plays Soul 22, who doesn't care about life or doesn't want to be born. And you actually root for her. Some of you actually do. But at the same time, she's not annoying at all. You do really care for her. And there are actually a lot of things that she says that you kind of agree with. It's actually very relatable in these times because there's so much frustration going on around the world right now. And if 22 actually saw what was going on right now, she'd probably be like, nah, I'm out. I'm gonna be staying here. Tina Fey does a fantastic job performing as a 22. And also, not only that, she also was an additional dialogue writer, and that really helped with her putting her charm into this character. She's so funny, but at the same time, you really do feel for her. You buy into her story about why she doesn't want to be born in the world. And the relationship between Joe and 22, their chemistry was fantastic. I really loved it. It was heartwarming. It was inspiring. I love the animation. There are cute images like the unborn souls in the great beyond, besides 22, where they are uncrushable. Beautiful grand scape of the animation where you have combination of 2D and 3D, the lighting, the community of New York City, and they also worked on how to differentiate the real world, the great beyond, as well as the great before. Not only is the film beautiful to look at, but it's also written fantastically as well. Fantastic world building, but every single rule, every single lore, they paid extra detail into it. And I really love the world. I really love their clever philosophy, how things work, how you can get into the world. The music as well. Trent Reznor, Atticus Ross, and Jon Batiste, they did a fantastic job in the music, the score, because ultimately this film is about jazz and you are gonna love the jazz. The way that Joe gets lost into the world of his zone when he's playing that piano and he's trying to inspire the kids, the way that he practices with Dorothea Williams and the band, but also the score whenever he comes into the great beyond as well. And it sounds as if it's like a mixture between a lullaby as well as electro. It really does tie into the ethereal adventure where this is a world that no one has ever seen before. And I feel like that's the sort of feeling that they incorporated within the music. This film can actually be really scary as well. And I'm not talking about monsters and gore or chase sequences or, you know, those things that really scare you, but more like existentialism or their view on death. Or like, for example, Joe was about to go on this treadmill to the great beyond and he was just running backwards while everyone else was just going towards it. This can really scare people. This film can be really funny as well. Joe and 22 get into really weird situations that can be very unsettling, but at the same time really hilarious. It's very different from other Pixar films. It's a combination of a big film, small film, and a little film, like I said. It's a very simple story that Pixar tries to use its medium to the best it can do, and that's what I feel makes it really special. But at the same time, that's going to be straying people a little further away with your expectations when you go in to see a Pixar film like this. Because like I said, this film does cater more to adults than it does kids. And since the topics are so deep and so meaningful that they mean a lot to us, the way that they treat these themes, we can either go, this is a beautiful film, or they can be disappointed. So overall, the performances are great. Every single character that you see on screen, you absolutely love. The cast is fantastic. The music, by God, the music, oh my God. And the fact that Pixar made a really risky move in telling such a simple story, a simple adult story, and using the animation medium to its best, and exploring their clever philosophy and their view and outlook on life. It's really inspiring and definitely needed in our times. That's why I'm gonna give Soul a 9 out of 10. So guys, what did you think of Soul? Did you like it? Did you hate it? Where does Soul rank in your favorite Pixar films? Whenever they think of Soul, they go straight into ranking for some reason. But yeah, so I'd be interested into knowing, does Soul fall into that category of one of the best Pixar films? In my opinion, it does. So guys, thank you all so much for watching. And if you like this video, please hit the thumbs up and subscribe to see more and be updated for more film reviews. And until next time, guys. Hey guys, what's going on? I know it's been a long while since I've uploaded a video, 2 weeks to be exact, but trust me guys, I've got some really great stuff coming underway. I still got that unboxing video to do. Ever since the package arrived, it is still sitting in the corner of my room collecting dust. But once that video drops, you're really gonna love it, I guarantee it. And I've got other stuff coming underway soon. If you guys don't want to miss out on all that cool stuff, then be sure to hit the subscribe button. And as always, thank you all so much for watching, and until next time guys, have a great one.